this is Shonali from iRun for Ultra, and as you already know, iRun for Ultra has been traveling the world covering ultra marathons. And we've been bringing that exciting coverage to you in the form of movies, videos, and articles. And now we have another exciting thing to add to the list. iRun for Ultra will be bringing to you its articles in the form of podcast. You can still go to the website and check out the articles, or if you want, you could come to YouTube and hear yours truly read the article to you. Or if you're in a rush and you want to take us on the go, you can download the podcast from iTunes and you can hear us in the car, while doing chores, or even on the trails. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And while you're at it, stay tuned for our podcast about the ISF Skyrunning World Championship held in Scotland. Happy trails! Gale force winds, torrential rain, freezing cold, and the occasional burst of sunshine tell the story of 2018 Skyline Scotland series of events. For the first time, the ISF Skyrunning World Championships were held on UK soil, combining of the classic VK, Sky, and Ultra distances. On the fourth day, the event centre in Kinlochleven was transformed for the Skyrunner World Series. Glencoe Skyline, 4 days, 4 events, and thousands of runners. A truly memorable experience for running in the UK. Memoirs VK. The Memoirs VK kicked off the weekend under some of the toughest weather conditions. Torrential rain throughout the day had made the ground sodden, and as the first runner departed the event centre, the rain started to fall, and the wind picked up. At the summit, temperatures were below zero, causing tough and extreme conditions for the runners and race staff. 345 runners from 30 countries took part in the severe challenge, which climbed 1,000 meters to Munro Summit, the UK's only vertical kilometre and valid for world titles and medals. Reigning VK champion Laura Orge from Spain and Switzerland's Remy Bonnet took the gold medal, crushing previous records in 39 minutes and 23 seconds and 51 minutes and 35 seconds. It was a really tough race with the weather conditions, said Remy post-race. A lot of mud, also a lot of people cheering. It was good to come to Scotland and run a good race. In a surprising return to form after a long time away from the sport, Thornbjorn Ludvigsen placed second in 41 minutes and 49 seconds. And Stian Angermund-Vik placed third in 41 minutes and 50 seconds. Laura Org suggested that she no longer felt like a VK specialist post-race, but the result proved otherwise. I don't feel like the same Laura of some years ago. I still know the kind of effort it takes to do a VK. It was a hard race because of the weather, but the outcome was fine. The silver and bronze medals were taken by 2 new names in the world of skyrunning who in 2018 have excelled week after week. Lena Elcott-Helander and Hillary Gerardi. Their times 52 minutes and 34 seconds and 52 minutes and 53 seconds. Ben Nevis Ultra. Overnight, weather conditions continued to beat the Scottish terrain, and considering the Ben Nevis Ultra would take in 2 very dangerous sections, race director Shane O'Hally made the tough call of choosing the bad weather course. This changed the dynamic of the ultra race with considerably less vertical gain, less technical running, and more importantly, less distance. The reduced course resulting in a distance of 47 km with 1,750-mile vertical climb avoiding the summit of Britain's highest peak, Ben Nevis. The original course specially designed for the occasion was 52 kilometers long with a vertical climb of 3,820 meters. Experience counted on the day, with Skyrunner World Series champions 2017 Jonathan Albon and Ragnar de Batz producing 2 dominant performances ahead of world-class fields. The duo dominated their respective races, taking victories with at least 10-minute margins, Albon winning in 3 hours 48 minutes and 2 seconds and de Batz winning in 4 hours 36 minutes and 20 seconds. Ragnar was crowned IAU World Trail Champ earlier in the year, so the gold here in Scotland was extra special. Only Luis Alberto Hernando has achieved similar double success in previous years. I decided to start fast right from the beginning and see if anyone would follow me, said de Batz. I saw nobody was close to me, so I kept going, reserving just a little energy just in case somebody came up behind me. The medal means a lot to me. My season couldn't be more perfect. Gemma Arenas from Spain moved from way down the field to finally battle with Maria Mercedes Pila from Ecuador. At the line, they were separated by just 4 seconds, 4 hours 50 minutes and 32 to 4 hours 50 minutes and 36. For the men, André Jonsson from Spain took the silver ahead of Spain's Luis Alberto Hernando, 2014 and 2016 skyrunning world champion. He took the bronze just 1 minute later, their times 4 hours 35 seconds and 4 hours 1 minute and 21 seconds respectively. Ring of Steel Sky Race. In 3 days of uncertain and often extreme weather conditions, the Ring of Steel participants were treated to a full course. It was the largest event of the weekend, with many countries represented and 879 athletes. Records were smashed both in women's and men's races. It may come as no surprise that Kilian Jornet topped the podium, but he had a fight on his hands for the gold. Tove Alexandersson was the female champ who took many by surprise. However, she proved her ability at the 2017 Le Mans Extreme race in Italy after a dominant performance. Despite sodden ground, occasional rain and strong winds, the top 10 men and 7 women finished below the 2017 course record. Kilian recorded 3 hours 4 minutes and 34 seconds and Tove 3 hours 48 minutes and 28 seconds. What's particular here is it's very muddy, very wet, slippery. The terrain is similar to my home in Norway, Kilian mentioned post-race. I fell in the mud on the last downhill. This year, it was very good for me. Such a good field with so many strong people. Second man Italian Nadir Meguet, who had pushed the Catalan throughout the race, and despite Kilian's dominance over all the distances in 2018, many wondered, was an upset on the cards? I came here hoping to do well. Obviously, when you see a start list with a very high level, you ask yourself, how will it go? My dream was to race with Kilian, to feel strong, and that was how it went. In the second half of the race and on the last descent, I tried to push, but you know Kilian is strong on the downhill. It was impossible to catch him. I tried. Nadir finished in 3 hours 6 minutes and 5 seconds, ahead of Norwegian Stian Angermund Vik, who took the bronze in 3 hours 9 minutes and 5 seconds. He summed up the emotions of many. This race is more technical than most. I love the ridges and the mud and everything. On the second ridge, I just had to stop and look around. It was so beautiful. Tove Alexandersson, a multiple orienteering world champion from Sweden, cut an incredible 19 minutes off the previous record to take the gold and the new skyrunning world champion title. It was a bit more muddy and slippery than I expected, but otherwise it was just perfect. I felt strong all the way. I didn't have much time to see the views because it was quite technical. On the downhill, you have to be so focused. I think that's my biggest strength, so I had a good feeling. Victoria Wilkinson is a fell running legend in the UK and recently broke the long-standing female Ben Nevis record. For the Brits, Victoria was always going to be a dark horse, and she didn't disappoint, running an incredible second and seizing the silver in a time of 3 hours 54 minutes and 1 second. Holly Page has had an incredible season in Skyrunner World Series with a string of victories and high places. In the early stages of the race, she was way off pace and looking to be having a bad day. At the top of the first climb, I think I was 15th and I felt really unhappy and horrible. But then I got into a downhill and it smelt like a fell race. It felt like home. I overtook lots of people on the downhill, which gave me quite a confidence boost. Holly closed gaps and finished on the podium, taking bronze in a time of 3 hours 57 minutes and 57 seconds. Individual world titles and a total of 27 medals were awarded in 3 disciplines, as well as a combined title based on the best results of the vertical and sky races. ISF president and founder of Skyrunning, Marino Giacometti, concluded the weekend awarding medals. He quite rightly thanked Scotland for the challenging weather and Orea Events for hosting the incredible event. Now among the new champions, we have not only Kilian but also Jonathan Albon, an obstacle racing champion, Tove Alexander, an orienteering champion, and Nadir Meguet, a ski mountaineering champion. I like to think that skyrunning inspires athletes from all other sports too.